You know, my father always used to say, "Life is when things don't go according to plan," and he is absolutely right. Because today, you know, I, uh, I closed the pool, and I think it went about as what I could have expected for someone who hasn't covered a pool and closed a pool in about 20 years, and never did it by himself. I had some ups and some downs, but man, I'm so glad I get to take a pipe break because that. Well, I'll get into that in a minute. But so I'm using my. I don't know if you can see this. The camera's not focused. There we go. My Morgan pipe, my bones, and I got autumn evening in here. Even though it's not an autumn evening, it's like a early summer day. I was gonna do one of the tobaccos from the care package last night, but I've decided to not do that. I'll do that tonight. I'll do one of them tonight. So hopefully my microphone's all right. I kind of stepped on it last night, so I'm a little concerned. The levels are a little iffy here, but hopefully it's okay. I took it off the clip and it dangled. I've had a calamity of blunders in the last 48 hours, or 28 hours. No, 24, excuse me. But the pool, not so bad. I disconnected the things I needed to with the filter, and that went better than I thought. The hardest thing was, I thought would be the hardest thing was taking the return and take the little eye thing, the jet thing. I took that out. That was fine. But then there's a nut inside there that's threaded, and that was a little tougher. But I was able to do it. I got a towel and I got some not vice grips, but channel locks, and I was able to take it off, and that was great. I felt great. All was good, and I disconnected all the hoses and all that, and drained the filter, and that was great. And then I had to put the cover on, and the pillow was fine. I kind of lined it up, but like a dope, I left the scissors on the edge of the thing, and I was moving the pillow, and what happens? Bloop! There goes the scissors. Now, thankfully, there's water retention, and it slowed it down, and it didn't and they fell in a way where it didn't cause a tear. I hope not. I'll find out if the pool drains over the winter, right? Needless to say, I was in a panic, and I thought I wasn't going to go in the pool, but it's amazing what you do when there's an emergency. And I just jumped right in, and I got the scissors, and that was the end of it. The water was cold, not as cold as I thought it was going to be, which was surprising. So I did that. It was not fun, and that was the worst of it. And then I put the cover on. I jumped back in to get it over the pillow and kind of line it up as best I could because I was a one-man show. Thankfully, I got those little grips, those little, what do you call them? I don't know what you would call them. I guess they're little clamps. Clamps, that's what you call them. I bought a bunch of those today, and that helped out. Kind of hold it in place as I did my thing. And I wenched it with the little wench thing. I don't know if I like that. I did okay. I'm going to have to adjust it tomorrow, and I got a stupid fly flying around tomorrow and the next day, but it's on for today, and I'm done with the pool for today. But thankfully, I have a pipe, some great tobacco, and I can relax and enjoy the afternoon and tomorrow, because I'm off tomorrow, and I may do something interesting for a video tomorrow. We'll see. It's funny how you react to, I don't want to say emergencies, because that wasn't an emergency. The scissors falling, at the time it was life and death for me, but when you think of the grand scale of things, it's not that big a deal. But it's amazing how you react when you're put in a situation that's kind of, you weren't expecting, and you just react and do things. I'm sure you guys have, oh, it smells so good. I'm sure you guys have had your moments where you were doing something kind of like what I was doing with the pool, and shit goes sideways and you react and you kind of overcome it somehow, and you feel a little bit better than if you'd done it the normal, easy way, I guess, sometimes. I don't know. I should have just hired a guy like I'd planned to originally, but no, I got all cocky and said, I could do it. And for the most part, it went well. By the way, I got to thank, I just want to make sure I got it right. Redcoats. He told me how to pronounce this, which is Weinglass, I believe. I think I said it right. Like Santa Claus, Weinglass. We're going with that. That's what I'm going with. So, thank you, Redcoat, from across the pond. I knew I butchered that last night. I wasn't even going to pronounce it, actually. I was just going to say, here you go, and show it. And figure out what the name was later and then say it. But I was like, whatever. I'll give it a shot. So, today, it's amazing. Over the last weekend, we were very autumn and fall-like, and it was chilly. And now, now it's like a summer day, early summer day. And now that I closed the pool, it'll be about 98 degrees next week. Of course, it'll snow the following week from that. Man, I'm glad I got autumn evening. I'm going to have to order an 8 ounce or more for this, because this is going to be one of my, it's moved up the list. It's not, I mean, Virginia Cream is still my number one. But it's got some competition this past summer, I would say. I mean, I've expanded and kind of tried new things, and aromatics, which I wasn't big on. I did the Lane Q, right? Because everybody does that. Not bad. It was all right. It smells pleasant. I liked it. And then the Russ's ice cream was like my favorite. It's still my favorite aromatic. But I don't know. There's a lot of good ones. Gentleman Caller, another one that's fast moving up my list. Probably just after Haunted Bookshop. At some point, I'm going to do a video and rank these, especially after all this. I got a lot of tobacco to try, to be honest. And more to come, because this is an interesting hobby. I'll say that. A lot of nuances and stuff. I mean, the tobaccos alone are a complete separate thing from how your technique in pipe smoking, the pipe you select, and how you pack it, and all these other things, and the little things of, doing it, and then you get the tobaccos, which is a whole other science on its own, right? Crazy. Am I focused? I don't know. This camera looks like it's because of the light. It might be a little unfocused. Wow. I tried retrohaling. Didn't work. It's a very quiet afternoon today. Like the neighborhood, I tried it again. It didn't work. The neighborhood is very still. I mean, other than me jumping in the pool to get the scissors and kind of saying a few expletives, it's been relatively quiet, calm. Even going down the street to Lowe's the other day, today, very quiet, wasn't bad. Does this happen to you guys? Now, it happens to me a lot when I go to Lowe's or CVS or any drugstore where you're from. And what ends up happening is I go in an aisle for something that's very obscure that not many people on the same day are going to want to do. Like today I wanted to get some kind of a sealant to put around the pillow that goes in the pool. I wanted to seal the valve where you put the air in. So I'm like, well, I'm going to get some silicone or something and seal that off and go from there. So I go in. I said, well, I get some light bulbs. I needed some light bulbs. Did that. Walked around. Went to the aisle. I figured where that would be with the super glue and all that stuff. I go in there, and sure enough, there's someone there. Just sitting right there, looking, playing on the phone. I'm like, and with all COVID and everything, I mean, the old days I would have just went over and did my thing. But with COVID, I'm like, all right, I'll give him his space and do this thing. I'll go around and get the clamps that I needed. And I did that. But it was just... I'm like, really? This happened to me before. Now, I thought I saw a rat in our trash. And where I'm from, there was a rat problem at the time. So I was like, all right, well, I'm going to go and get some rat stuff. A little rat trap thing. So I was going to get a rat trap to put around the shed, because this is where I assumed the little creatures were. And I did that, and sure enough, I'm going there, and there's this old couple there looking over all the traps, and I'm like, how is it possible that I was going to get the same thing, and they're there at the same time, blah, blah, blah. It's just crazy. It drives me nuts. It happens all the time. It happens a lot at CVS. Although at CVS, I'll buy 1 or 2 items, and I'm going to check out, and sure enough, the person before me has got 10 items. I don't know why that is. I don't know why. It happens to me all the time. See, this is why I just shop online. I bought all of that, and then it gets delivered to me. A few days after I order it, you got to wait a little bit, but it's fine. Also, I'm going to do I watched, what was it, The Social Dilemma last night? Raised some interesting questions. I'm going to discuss it here on the channel, because I think it's got some philosophical questions to ponder, or ask, if you will. It was an interesting documentary, but I'll save that for probably next week. I'm going to watch it maybe even later today and take notes. Or tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of in a relaxed mode. I think I'm going to read a little bit today, and maybe some scary stories. We'll see. But anyway, that's going to do it. I'm going to go finish enjoying my pipe here in my break and relax after my legs are still cold from jumping in the pool. And I took a hot shower just a few minutes ago. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a good day. Hopefully it didn't go as crazy as my day. But anyway, in the grand scheme of things, the issues I came across in the pool, covering the pool, weren't that bad. I guess it was pretty good for season 1. But anyway, I'm out of here. I will see you guys later tonight with some kind of video. I don't know what it'll be, but, we'll see. So, see you tonight.